I'll tell you, one of the hardest things to learn from a book or from a training session or a dude on social media is change management and how to be really good at it. And what I would tell people is you have to experience something, whether it's at work, whether it's life, where ultimately the change is going to happen when the pain of staying the same is greater than the pain of changing. That is the tipping point where people will be like, all right, let's change. You have got as a leader to talk to your team, whether your team is 1, 10, 50, 1,000, about the pain of that change. That is the communication, and sometimes it's brutal. Sometimes people don't want to change because their job function is legitimately going to change, or they're going to have to learn other skills on top of what they're currently asked to do. But at the end of the day, you as a leader, you have to deliver this message. And you have to be able to be honest, and sometimes that's brutal, but you have to say what's in it for them. And at the end of the day, you have to convince them that the pain of staying is more than the pain of changing. That's when people dip from the bottom of the curve and go back up. How you do that? Ask what their pain points are right now. And you have to be the subject matter expert of the change in order to spin something around, in order to tell them, here is what your current pain points are, here's the change, and here how that change is going to adapt to make your life better. It might not be better in the first 2 weeks, but once they become trained on it, afterwards 30, 60, 90 days, then they're going to come out of the curve. And how you better that? You better that through normal conversations with them, asking them, how's it going? Listen, I know 2 weeks ago we had a conversation that was kind of heated and you were really against it. We're 2 weeks into the process. What do you think now? Do you believe that this has helped you or is going to help you long term? And it's okay if they say no in the beginning. Let them vent. Let them. And if there's great things and they have concerns, your job is to put them with the person that's able to change. So they can say, well, I just wish the engineers would listen to me. Okay, great. What if as a leader you said, hey, Carl, what if I team you up with the engineer who designed this program? They'll be in the building tomorrow. What if I made sure that you had 15 to 30 minutes of their time? Holy shit. Now that person is going to tell everybody else that they've got time with the engineer and they're going to fix it because there's a problem. Congratulations. Now you step back and you come back in 2 more weeks and you say, listen, we had this issue. You talk to the engineers. Do you find that it's going to be better long term? Yeah. Okay, great. How do we get everybody else on board? Use them as the sounding board to everybody else. And in a meeting, you talk about, hey, listen, I know not everybody's on board with this. Here's an example about how we've talked it through to get them to the point. Because again, the pain of being stagnant ultimately becomes so high that it forces you to change. You might as well change for the better because change is freaking coming. You decide.